Hi guys, I'm going to be talking about advanced stage adrenal fatigue symptoms that I had during my journey. And I made a list of them, so I'm going to read them off. So you'll see me looking down to look at my sheet of paper. But I wanted to get these out to you because some people were asking me what my symptoms were during this journey. So here goes. My eyes were extremely sensitive to light. There were times when I had to wear sunglasses in the house. I'm not exaggerating. Many of you may notice that I noticed this even before I had my third and debilitating crash, which changed my life for a long time. But I realized over time my eyes were getting extremely sensitive to light. So pay attention to that. Noise sensitivity, like if somebody was running water in the sink, it made me feel like I could jump out the window. That's how sensitive that I was to noise. Brain fog. It felt like there was a blanket like covering my brain. Like I couldn't think clearly. It was like the strangest thing, and my eyes were very blurry as well. I had lost my short-term memory. If somebody told me something, in the next couple of seconds, I would have forgotten what that was. Um, Again, I mentioned my vision was blurry, so blurry. It was so annoying. I could not walk properly. I tried to stand up straight, but I couldn't stand up straight. I was like kind of tipped to the side. Um, I didn't feel well enough to talk to people uh, at all. This was very debilitating when you just can't hardly even talk to people on the phone, or it's not easy. If you have this, you know what I'm talking about. My legs felt like cement when I was walking around, or if I was able to go upstairs, I felt like they were like filled with cement. That's how heavy they felt. Um, and they would ache terribly, terribly. My feet tingled and hurt as well. Once I was up in my bedroom, I had to go up a flight of stairs. I couldn't come back down. Once I was up, it was pretty serious. I knew I was up there, and if something happened downstairs, somebody broke in, or I couldn't. That's it. They're in, and I don't know, kidnap me or whatever. But I couldn't do anything to like fend them off because I was just stuck upstairs. It's actually quite frightening, and I'm laughing right now, but it is very scary when you are so trapped. It's frightening. Um, like my hands and my feet were tingly as well. And they were very cold all the time, clammy cold. I had heart palpitations and thumping, like jumping heart symptoms. This illness is quite serious, as you can tell. Um, the hair on my head hurt so badly that when I just put my head on a pillow, I was in excruciating pain. Um, Even if I didn't put even if I was just like sitting here, the hair on my head, and if I touched it, if I went like that, it just was excruciating. It was a horrible, horrible symptom. Um, the hair on my head and body stopped growing. It literally stopped growing. It was fascinating. And my nails too, they all stopped growing. It's like the body didn't have enough energy to do that. Is that amazing? That's how ill you can be. I had to eat constantly to keep my body more stable. Um, my body was burning calories so quickly that I had to eat protein and veggies and constantly. I even brought food up on my night table. I'd have to wake up at like 2 o'clock in the morning and eat more food. I mean, because I was told by my doctor, don't wait until you get hungry. You're already stressing your body out by feeling that sensation. So I just ate a lot often. I had to stay calm and quiet as much as possible. You don't feel like talking and you can't really do anything, so you don't mind. It's the calm part that's the tricky part. Having your body feel like it's going 100 miles an hour inside and you have to stay calm. Some of you really know what I'm talking about, how tough that is. I was instructed to stay off my phone, the computer and TV as much as possible, because not only because of the electromagnetic frequencies, but also because of the fast framing. Like for the body, it's too overstimulating and could exacerbate your symptoms, and who wants that? I listen to soothing music, nature sounds, or something inspirational to keep me more grounded and calm. And I didn't listen to a lot of music from my past because I didn't want to feel nostalgic and make me feel sad. I had to stay as positive and grateful as possible. It's very important to start trying to change your chemistry in your body to be more positive at a cellular level so you could heal. I couldn't sleep when I went to bed. The insomnia was so great. It was just hideous. If I did sleep, I had horrible, horrible nightmares. I had bad, bad headaches. Oh, headaches. Terrible headaches. The depression and anxiety are something that blew my mind. I mean, it just blew my mind. I felt constant fear that I wasn't going to be able to make it. I wasn't going to be able to stay alive. You know, talk about a feeling like that. That's just crazy, isn't it? But true. I had breathing problems where I felt like I couldn't breathe in deep enough. I couldn't get enough air into my body. That was mind-blowing too. I couldn't take a shower and I could barely brush my teeth for months. I couldn't cook or clean or do anything in the house or outside, so we literally had to hire somebody to come in and cook and prepare meals. Fortunately, we were able to do that. I'm very grateful. I know many of you are struggling, and I wish you all had help because I know that you need it. And I would think about that when I was ill. I would say to my partner, I don't know how people are doing this when they don't have any type of help or support. It really broke my heart. I couldn't hear of any bad news. All bad news was kept from me because I couldn't handle anything sad, depressing. And 4 people that I knew passed while I was recovering, and I was instructed to feel my feelings and then quickly move on, and that's what I did. If I had to cry, I cried, but then I quickly moved on because I couldn't take it into my body because it was already too fragile. I would cry a lot. I had suicidal thoughts a lot. I felt lonely and desperate because no one that I knew had this, and you feel so isolated from the world. And you just feel so alone. And also, until you have the experience of, if you don't know if you're going to live or die continuously every minute of every day, you don't know how brutal that is. It's also mind-blowing. My skin had an orange hue to it because my liver was not functioning properly. My fingertips always looked like I was submerged them in water for too long. I had horrible dry eye, like literally it felt like shards of glass were in my eye, and it was just terrible. I did find out a remedy, and if anybody wants to know what the remedy is, I definitely will share it. Uh, I couldn't see anybody that I knew for months and months because I couldn't process conversations. And I'm saying I did have the people that helped here, and that was bad. That was hard enough because I'd have to instruct them like what to do, what needs to be done, and but other than that, I couldn't talk to them because it was just too stressful for me. I couldn't work, drive, or go outside. Um, my breasts were continuously sore because you're going through such a flux in your hormones all the time. Like your whole body, it's dysregulated, so it's just so it's not stable at all because all your hormones are just going a little crazy at this time. I personally had very bad constipation because you're not moving your body. Your body is, for some people, they may have very bad diarrhea. It really depends on the person, their system. They may have horrible food sensitivities, so it might be harder for them to eat and to maintain weight. And like for everyone, their symptoms are going to vary. But I wanted to give you all of my symptoms so that possibly you could relate. Um, I'm sure there's some more that I'm leaving out. But if you ask me, I would definitely tell you perhaps some others that I had. But right now, I can't really think of any others per se. So I wanted to just do this as quickly as possible to get the word out about symptoms. And I thank you for listening. And if you could like and subscribe, I greatly appreciate it because my goal is just to help people with this insidious illness and to help people know that they're not alone, that their symptoms are not in their head. They are pretty scary, very intense, and I just don't want people to feel alone and that it can feel this poorly. All right, so thank you so much for listening. I greatly appreciate it. And please take care of yourselves and let's get through this together, okay? All right, bye-bye.